Hello, friends. Come on in. Grab a drink of your choice, have a seat, and let's talk about it. Welcome to Behind the Walls with Candace. I am Candace, and we are here to show nothing but love and support for those that are involved in non conventional relationships. This is episode 1. I want to start off by firstly letting you all know why I started this podcast. And it was basically because we need community. Because the way that we live and the relationships that we chose are taboo. There are stigmas behind it. And sometimes there's even more judgment behind it. So we need a community, just like everybody else, so that we can feel free, we can feel safe, and we can have honest and open conversations about the life and the choices that we made to be in a relationship with someone that is behind the walls. Who's better than to open up this conversation than one of our own? So let's start out with a little introduction about myself, and then we're going to get right into the story and how it all began. All right. I'm Candace, and I am a single mother of 2, now divorcee, and I embarked on a journey that I had no idea of the different dynamics and the different levels that it would take me on, nor did I know how it would, I would say, mold me and help me to grow as a woman and as someone who loves love. 'Cause I love me some love. And so I gonna get right into it. This is how it all began. I was fresh out of a long, kind of a long term marriage, about 6 years, 5 years ago, right? And it didn't work out for its own reasons and purposes. And so I ended it, and I went through the motions of what I needed to regain my independence as a woman and as a mother. And I had healed from it. I was in a good place, right? And so something just happened one day. It was December 31st of 2020. And I was hanging out with my people, and we were having some drinks and listening to some music. We were vibing out together. I had some things going on the grill because I love to cook. I love to grill. I love to feed my people. I know one thing for sure, one way to a person's heart is through their stomach. So I love to cook. And so things were gearing up for the day. And early that morning, I woke up and I had an inbox from this individual that I did not know. And it's so weird because he didn't say anything. All he sent me was a series of emojis. And in the day and age that we live in, emojis, they say things. And then when there's a sequence of them, it's just like, hmm, somebody's trying to say something, right? So me being in a space where I was open and I was ready to, mix and mingle. I was, it was go time for me. And so that's what I went with. And so I just sent uh typical messages back, just like, hello, how are you? Or something to that magnitude. It was this message, actually. And this is the thing, right? And so after I got the message and went back and forth for a second, just uh, my interest started to peak. And so I said, wait, let me go see who this person is. Let me go check out their profile and see what's going on. Cause, you know, the profile picture was interesting, a little bit intriguing for me to say the least. And so I went to the profile and I said, oh, okay. The aesthetic is pleasing for me. I'm a little shallow and it is what it is. You gotta look a certain way for me. I gotta be okay with rolling over at 3 in the morning and dim light and you not scaring the shit out of me. So it worked for me, and then I kinda scrolled a little bit, kinda see what this person had going on, and, I said, "Okay, this person likes music." I like music. I'm a performer to music. I'm not a creator of music, like, that's just not my thing, but I'm a performer, so it I was like, "Okay, not bad." So I go back into the inbox and, you know, he says, I just wanted to let you know that I think you're attractive. And I, I was like, well, okay, here we go. Right. And, the conversation went on throughout the day, back and forth from here and there with messages and what have you. And then the conversation started to get good. Right. And we're communicating and we just, just vibing, just vibing. It wasn't nothing major, just a little vibe, right? And so with that vibe, I guess we got to a certain point where he was like, I better tell her, right? So out of the blue, he was just like, wait a minute, before we go any further, I want to let you know that I'm in prison. Oh my God, right? That was my instant reaction. Was like, what luck would I have being like freshly, somewhat freshly healed out of, a marriage or what have you. And the first time I decide to dip my toe in the water, just to check the temperature, what I'm saying? Not too major. I just wanted to test it to see if the water was warm or not. This is what I get. What irony is that, right? So instantly, I'm judging because first and foremost, and we all have to be honest about it, there's a stigma behind not only being in any type of relationship or any type of communication with someone that is incarcerated. It's a stigma behind being like having anything to do with them at all, right? So I'm judging. Like, this is crazy. So my peoples that was around there was like, yo, this dude had hit me up and like he seemed kind of cool or whatever. But there's a catch. He's in prison. Instantly, my people were judging just like I was judging. Like, oh, they was like, hell no, don't do it, don't do it, nah. Like, yo, they be out for blood, like for real. Like they trying to get intertwined with anybody they gonna put some money on their boots. Anybody that they gonna be able to spend some time with that's willing to do whatever they want to do to give them some sense of normalcy. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they like, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Walk away. Run. So to speak. Run. Like, yo. You know what I mean? And I've always marched to the beat of my own drum. I've never let anybody's inputs, instincts, comments, none of that. I never let that dictate the decisions that I have made. I have always done what I wanted to do, and I did. I heard him. I heard me too. But at the end of the day, it was something about him. The conversation was great. I mean, he wasn't really on no like weird type stuff. He didn't instantly come out the gate with I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. Like, he wasn't like that at all. He was very transparent with me. And I think from the beginning, because he was very transparent with me and he let me know from the door what the situation was, like what was going on with him and all those things, I appreciated the honesty. And I thought to myself, this is somebody that may be worth a little bit more diving into. So, against better judgment or lack thereof, against all the forewarnings that I got from my people around me, I said, forget it. Go on, honey. Take a chance. I had nothing to lose at that point because I was just doing me and I was just in a good place. And initially, I was like, yo, I'm about to have to block this guy. Because eventually he gonna be trying to be in my pockets. He gonna be talking about he need money on his books. And you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, I'm about to have to block this dude. Like, cause this ain't that. I have just healed from some shit. And I was not willing to put myself in a compromising position after all the time and all the hard work and dedication that I had put into being the woman that I was at that moment. But I don't know. Something overrided that. The conversation overrided that. You know, I appreciated his honesty and I appreciated him being transparent with me. And that's what drew me in. It's not, sometimes you guys, it's not about circumstances because we all have circumstances. We all have lives that we live. We all have pasts and some that we're proud of and some that we're not. Right? So I just decided that I was going to roll with it and I was just going to see where this was going to take me because I was in a good place. I don't know. In retrospect, maybe I was a bit vulnerable at that time. I My mindset then was more or less that I needed a mental and emotional connection more than I needed a physical connection. I can admit that in my past, I allowed a physical connection, just a hug or a kiss or, mattress polo. I allowed that to dictate how I was going to move forward with things or if I was going to move forward with things. And with that, it allowed me to cloud my judgment as to what was really going on. And I thought that this might have been a good start for me in the place and the woman that I was at that moment. I needed the distance. I didn't need for that person to be right here with me where they can be tangible to me, because I know how that clouded my judgment in the past in so many different situations and so many different like relationships in my life. So it worked for me. And I feel like that this is something different. This is something that I've never done. Um, I didn't think of it as him like being in prison. I thought of it more as him being remote and long distance. And that worked for me at the time. I thought that that's what I needed at the time. Have you all ever been in a situation where you knew that the decisions that you made in the past just did not work for you? And you knew that you just had to do something different. Something had it, something had. Something had to change. You had to shake it up a little bit. So I decided that I was going to shake it up and just kind of see where this goes. And so I did. Now we've come to the end of episode 1 of Behind the Walls with Candace. I want you all to sit with this and sit with me and think about it and see, have you ever been in a situation or a point in your life where it was just time for something different? You didn't know what the different was. You didn't know what it was that you needed, but you knew that you needed something different. Think about it. And then let's talk about it. We're going to come back with our drinks. We're going to have a seat and we're going to talk about it. We're going to work through this because we are a community building in the making. And we are going to start these conversations. We're going to make it safe for us to sit here and not be judged and not feel bad about the decisions that we've made and the relationships that we chose to be in. And we're going to work through this thing together. So if you like this podcast and you got a story that you want to tell to me, email me at behind the walls w Candace@gmail.com. Again, it is behind the walls Candace CANDIS @gmail.com. Send me your messages, send me your comments, send me your stories, and I'm going to read them and we're going to talk about them. Anonymous submissions are always welcome. You can always follow me as well on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I look forward to seeing you guys and listening to your stories because we're going to talk about it. We're going to get this through together, friends. Thank you for sitting and taking the time to be with me and listen to my story. And we're on a journey together. This is Behind the Walls with Candace. Until next time.